The Empire of Grand Cathay has many important sites of strategic and cultural relevance. These are represented in Warhammer 3 as landmarks, and in this video we will detail each landmark available to the Cathayan factions, with a special look forwards to a landmark from the upcoming Immortal Empires campaign. Our first landmark can be found in the city of Nangao, where the Storm Dragon begins her campaign, the 9th Wall. Of the 9 concentric walls that circle Nangao, the 9th wall is the tallest and most deadly. Not that any enemy has ever breached the others. When built, the 9th wall provides the following bonuses: Control +6 to the local province, Defensive supplies +500, Attrition is reduced by 40%, and melee defense is increased by 10 when Nangao is under siege. Melee defense +6 for all armies when defending, and ammunition +30% for all armies during siege defense battles. These last two apply whether you are in Nangao or not. In the city of Wengzhang, which is part of the Lands of Stone and Steel, we find the Temple of the Jade-blooded Sorcerers. The spiritual city of Wengzhang is home to the Temple of the Jade-blooded, the greatest practitioners of the elemental wind of life in all of Grand Cathay. When built, the temple provides the following bonuses: Control +2 in the local province, a further control +1 in each adjacent province, growth +5 in all provinces controlled by your faction. Winds of Magic power reserve change is increased by 5% for all armies, and casualty replenishment rate is increased by 5% in the local province. In the city of Jingpo, which is part of the Forests of the Moon province, we find the Grand Observatory. On the slopes of the Celestial Mountains, within the city of Astromancers, is the Grand Observatory, a true marvel of the Eastern world. When built, the observatory provides the following bonuses: It unlocks the recruitment of Astromancer heroes. It increases the capacity by +3 for Astromancers in your faction, and increases their recruit rank by +7. It also provides an Astromancer to the local garrison. In the city of Weijing, we find 3 landmarks, the first of which is the Paradise Gardens. The gardens of the Moon Empress are of an outstanding natural beauty, said to be more magnificent than even the heart of Avalon. When built, the gardens provide the following bonuses: Control +10 to the local province, growth +5 faction-wide, income from all buildings is increased by 25% in the local province, and harmony +1 to the Ying. The second landmark that can be constructed in the city of Weijing is the Temple of the Two Moons. Only the Dragon-blooded may enter the inner chamber, for there are secrets beyond. Legends tell of the true origin of Yin and Yang. When built, the temple provides the following bonuses: Corruption -2 in the local province, upkeep -5% for Celestial Dragon Guard and Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen. This applies to all armies in your faction. Recruitment cost is reduced by 30%, and recruit rank is increased by 4 for Celestial Dragon Guard and Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen when recruited in the region. The third landmark that can be constructed in the city of Weijing is the Celestial Court. High above the capital is the Celestial Court, the residence of the Dragon Emperor and the Moon Empress. To behold it is to witness the true majesty of the ancients. When built, the Celestial Court provides the following bonuses: Control +10 in the local province, Control +2 faction-wide. Diplomatic relations are increased by 30 with all Cathayan factions. Lord recruit rank is increased by 2 faction-wide, and income from all buildings is increased by 5% faction-wide. In the city of Xiangyang, in the Warpstone Desert, we find the Great Embassy. Ambassadors from other nations are housed in separate compounds within the Great Embassy of Xiangyang, for that is where the route west begins or east ends. When built, the Great Embassy provides the following bonuses: Allegiance points gained plus 50% per turn. Diplomatic relations plus 10 with all factions. Income generated 300 gold per turn. And income from trade plus 10% faction-wide. There we have the list of landmarks currently available in the Realm of Chaos campaign. However, there is also a landmark in the database for one of the upcoming regions on the combined map. In the city of Fuhong, in the jungles of Qiang, we find the Phoenix Temple. In the center of Fuhong, the Phoenix Temple, a statue fashioned in the shape of a gigantic vermilion bird, symbolically guards the Dragon Empire against monsters from the south. When built, the temple will provide the following bonuses: Corruption -2 in the local province. Enemy campaign movement -20% in the local province. Leadership -20 for enemy armies when laying siege to the city, and melee defense +5 for friendly armies during a siege. So, Cathay have a total of 7 landmarks in the Realms of Chaos campaign, with an additional landmark being added for the combined map. The mention in the flavor text for the Phoenix Temple is quite interesting, as it hints to a new protector of Grand Cathay and to the threat that lays to the south. Next we will look at the landmarks in Kislev, who have by far the most of any Warhammer 3 faction, with 11. Until then, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or subscribe. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons, Hot Apple Pie and Solarith Magnetar. I'm Grey Tiger, and I'll see you in the next video.